This is Real Estate Guru TV podcast. This is Real Estate Guru PK. This is
PK.
Ron B. Follow me and
Don't ask him what the PK
Texas.
stands for.
This is Jackson, Texas.
What's up?
What's up? Ron B.
So-
Follow me. That's my new nickname.
Yep. Real estate podcast.
Yeah.
What episode?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Which one is it? Come on, man.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
I
know
mean,
these things.
it don't matter really.
So man, it's been one of those days for me. I don't know about y'all. It's wet outside. It's rainy.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stress at the office. Mario's stressed out right now because he's right in the middle of a rehab, and he's taking time out of his busy schedule of rehabbing something like today. Give these folks an idea of what it takes to get stuff done in a. This is what I call a working day for you. Like if you wasn't doing this, you'll be at work, working on this house.
You're
right?
working on this house, yeah.
So what'd you do today? Give the people an idea of what's a successful day. To be successful in anything, there are things that you're gonna have to do that the regular guy won't do. So tell them what it's like, because people don't want to know what I do, because you can't work as hard as me. That's how I feel. And
I like that.
so you give an idea, like what you got going on right now. Why are you stressed out right now?
Okay, this weekend, it was me, my wife, and my parents. We demoed my property. We took all the carpet out. We took out it's like some vinyl. It's like vinyl, plastic looking stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
it was-
Linoleum.
Yeah, linoleum.
Yeah,
It was
love
like
linoleum.
this was worse than like taking out marble. Like I had to go to Home Depot and buy this liquid. I forgot what it was called. To basically like it's like a form of an acid for it to like. Cause it literally took me like 4 hours just to halfway do the kitchen.
Okay.
And so I poured it on there and I had to let it sit for like an hour. And then after that, it got easier. But, my parents, I love my parents, my mom and my dad. I was able to demo the whole thing because of them and my wife, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like they painted. My dad, he's like probably like a level 1 contractor. He does toilets. He's like a handyman, you could say. Like if he really wanted to be a contractor right now, he could be one.
Wow.
Like,
Why isn't he doing deals?
Man,
He's not hip to that the finance part of the game, or
I think his mind is just
he's gonna do all the work. He ain't got time.
No, I don't. Not it's not even that. I think he's just comfortable with the 9 to 5.
You know what? What stops you from having a great life? Dun, 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 dun. A good life. A good life.
I mean, he just got the house he wanted. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's the man in his family, basically.
Yeah.
Like he's the go-to guy when people they need something, they need some money, they need something done, they call him.
Well, that's
Like for his brothers and for all his brothers and his sisters.
yeah.
So
Is he the oldest?
He's the oldest.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So he's like the man.
All right.
So he likes that, and I think that made him comfortable with like expanding and trying to be an entrepreneur.
Let me ask you another question. Why are you doing the work and you not hiring a crew to do it?
It saves me money. I'm 32 years old. I'm still young. I feel young. People tell me I look young, so I feel young. I basically saved myself $500 to $1,000 this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Josh guy was gonna charge $250 a day. It took us 2 days, and this other guy was gonna charge me $1,000.
But I see you got a couple of extra gray hairs though.
Nah, man, it's.
You told me you stressed, so it's not like it didn't come.
The only thing that
Yeah.
was stressful was just doing everything on time. Other than that, the workload to me was awesome. Like my shoulders are sore, my back is sore, my lower body is sore, my chest is sore. Like that. Like when I feel like that, I feel like I did a workout.
So
this is,
I can't get that workout in the gym.
This is where we differ right here. This is where
I think me too.
Yeah, this is where we differ in opinion.
This guy. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I can look at your hands. They're very manicured. They're very soft. Y'all probably can't see that on videotape, but I know what he's about to say. I know what he's about to say. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Man.
I say this is no shade on Mario because Mario's my homie. I wanted to go check out what he was doing today. I mean, Sunday. No,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday.
I stopped by his house to look at the construction project. I think for what Mario's doing right now, he's causing himself way too much stress. I think I could do 5 houses like what Mario's doing right now with half the stress.
Exactly.
At the exact same time, because we, as young men, as he talks about saving myself money, I feel like my time is my money.
Exactly.
And so,
Okay, let me say this then. Let me say this. Look, my contractor said that.
Then I'm gonna tell y'all the real story.
Go ahead.
The real deal.
Go
My
ahead.
contractor said that the laminate has particles of wood in there. It's not real wood, but it's pretty close. He said it had to be in the house for 3 days. So I put it in the house for Friday.
It's gotta acclimate to that temperature. In that house.
Okay.
Right.
So
that's true.
Okay, with that being said, he's not gonna start till Monday. So I had the whole weekend to wake up. I woke up at like 6:30, got there about 7, and went to work. My wife was painting. I was taking out the carpet myself.
Right.
I put it outside.
Right.
I started going ham with the digging thing. It took me a couple of hours, and I got the little liquid, and then they helped me out. My mom helped. My mom was painting. My mom was cleaning, and then my dad was like doing like the little handyman stuff.
Okay, so this, it doesn't sound very, you're telling people about real estate, it doesn't sound very attractive. You have all these family, because I'm not going to be able to get my brother and my mom to do all this stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
how do you turn it into a business?
It's like, so you mean like
outside? There we go.
So
how we turn it into a business?
So you mean like an outsider looking in? That's what you mean?
Well, yeah, I'm saying
No, you got
these
our
people right
audience.
here.
Yeah, our audience.
How do you turn it into a business? Because I know you're saying,
pressure's on you.
how do
Mario.
you leave your job, your 9 to 5, to start? I guess in real estate.
You gotta prepare to have a team around you.
Okay.
You gotta have your mentors.
A real estate team. So
okay, here's the problem that lies within.
Okay,
your team can't be your family members because
they're not gonna be able to save 1,000 or 1,500 like I did this weekend.
Right.
They'll have to hire the contractor demo, and then the contractor's gonna be nickel and diming them. Like, I gotta go to the store. I gotta buy this. Okay, you can't just paint this, so I gotta buy this new like the little cap, the little things you was talking about. What's the air vents?
Okay.
You gotta replace that.
Okay.
So there's
Go ahead.
Hold up. So there's an advantage to doing it yourself, and there's disadvantages, right?
Yeah, there's disadvantages.
So there's the advantage is you said you're saving some dollars.
I'm saving.
The disadvantage.
I saved like $1,500.
Okay. The disadvantage is what?
You cost yourself $1,500.
Yeah. The disadvantage is
but I don't feel like I cost myself
okay. No.
$1,500.
The disadvantage is the stress, right? Is the stress related, and you have your family members doing the work. They're kind of stressed a little bit,
Man, my family members are well taken care of when it comes down to it. When they need my help with housing.
So let me ask you this question real quick. Who's working on the house right now?
One of my contractors.
What's he doing?
He's finishing up the laminate, and then he's gonna do the tile.
Okay, this weekend when you left the house, who's working on the house when you left? Nobody. That's my problem. Is there should be somebody working on my house all the time. And I say, like, okay, let's say the contractor, he's good from what I hear, right?
But look. Usually when I have this is a really small project.
No. To you it's small. To some of the people out there, they can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so let's run down what Mario's doing real quick, just so the audience understands what Mario's doing. And this is what I like about real estate, because you could take Mario's been cash flowing a property since when?
Since November of 2014.
Okay, so 2014, Mario purchased a house, and in November, and he bought it. And if you're familiar with the Houston, Texas area, it's in Fresno, right?
Yes,
Fresno, Rocheron, whatever. So he bought the house, and I'm gonna go full disclosure. People need to know numbers, right?
Go ahead.
So
all the numbers.
what'd you purchase the house for?
I purchased for $91,000.
Okay, so $91,000 he bought this house for. What'd you get for rent?
I got $1,250.
Okay, what was your house note like?
It was like $826.
Okay, so 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. So Mario's been cash flowing $400 a month on this house. I'm going averages. It for something.
It was for something,
$400 a month on this house for the past 14,
four
15,
years.
16, 17, 18. 4.5 years.
Yeah.
All right. So 12, 24, 36. That's 40. It's $5,000 a year.
Yeah.
Times 4 years.
4 years.
So what's that?
Gs.
20 G's.
Yeah.
Because Mario's made 20 G's on this house. Now, now. So now on top of now he hasn't really done no repairs at this crib.
No repair.
Nothing.
It came as is. It had a washer and dryer, had a refrigerator, had everything. She was ready to move in. I never lived there. I stayed with my parents.
Okay.
You stayed with your
I
parents.
stayed with my parents.
Okay.
So Mario bought this house, been cash flowing all these years. Now, as I look at this house, I think this house is worth $145. Okay.
Yeah.
Mario owes.
I paid off like almost $10,000.
So you owe
I
like
paid-
86.
I owe 82.
$82,000 in the house. So remember this, guys. Mario, this is real estate for dum-dums because Mario has not done anything to this place. All he's doing is this handout every month, say, give me my rent money. Then, as the property's appreciated, and now it's worth $145,000, Mario gets to sell it, and he's going to make, what, 45, 55,
Almost
60 grand?
Almost 60,000.
So you make 60 grand, and right now you're going to put, what, 5 into it? By 5 G's?
I'm put like six.
$6,000.
Almost 7.
So this to me is home run time after time after time after time again.
It's grand slam.
So even if you take the 60 grand plus the 20 is $80,000 over 4 years. Well, how much is that a year? 20 grand?
Yeah. That's about,
So
yeah.
if you average it out, you made 20 grand a year on this house that you didn't do
Exactly.
anything to do.
Exactly.
If you had 10 of those, you made 200 grand
Exactly. So
a year.
basically, he's
Tax free.
I was going to say that there's 5 ways that you can make. The reason why real estate is superior to any other investment over stocks, over bonds, is because you make money 5 ways. Equity capture. As soon as you buy the property, you buy it below on value, you get something called equity capture. Equity buildup. Your renters are paying off your mortgage, right?
Yep.
You get appreciation, which what you were talking about over time.
Yep.
You have the tax advantage. You get that through something called depreciation, which is one of the rare things that you can actually
Take advantage of.
advantage of. And then you get cash flow. And not everybody gets cash flow if you don't buy it right. So he got to take advantage of those 5 things that real estate offers you, and that's why it's superior to almost any investment.
Yeah. So, that being said, we're looking at this like a rehab now because now he's going to sell it. So, even though he already owns it, I feel like the rehab that's going on in this house right here is 1 week project.
What are you trying to do with
like-
it? Are you trying to sell it or
I'm
rent
selling
it?
it.
You're going to sell
He's
it?
gonna
It's gonna
sell
be
it.
finished. It's gonna be
Okay.
finished Wednesday.
So did you upgrade the kitchen
I'm
and
upgrading
the bathrooms?
I'm putting granite in the kitchen. The cabinets are good.
All right. So what's the key? I know a few things, like you don't make it way better than the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, you don't overdo it.
But
Yeah, I'm not.
the
I'm
two
not
areas,
gonna
what are the
overkill.
2 areas that people tell you
The
to?
restrooms and the kitchen.
So the bathrooms and the kitchens, right? So those are the areas that if you're going to do a rehab, everything else is just carpet and paint. And then you focus on the kitchen and the bathrooms, right? Or the bathroom.
Yeah.
The
That's 2 or
master
1?
bath, right?
It's a 3-1. It's a 3-1-1.
It's a 3-1-1. That's
Yeah,
okay. 3
yeah,
bedroom,
so-
1 bath, 1 car garage.
And yeah, and so why do we focus on those areas? Because of who makes the decisions usually?
The woman.
The woman. Exactly.
woman.
She's the one that's going to close the deal.
Exactly.
So,
She's the one that's gonna be in the kitchen. She's gonna be taking care of stuff in the restroom.
So when I look at the place, I see like this is my homie. So I see like there's work to be done on the inside. There's little bitty cosmetic things on the outside. Like you wanna tidy the yard.
Yeah.
You want to put a little mulch down. You want to remove a couple plants around, make it look good. Because when people want to see curb appeal, so when they take that picture of the house and list it on HAR,
Yeah.
which is Houston Associated Realtors, which is the MLS in here in Houston, you want people to be drawn to that first photo
yep.
of the house, which is curb appeal. So you trim the trees, you power wash the driveway, the sidewalk, you power wash the house because they don't need to be painted. It's
Yeah.
clean. It's nice. It just needs to be cleaned, like power washed.
Yeah.
The sidewalk needs to be cleaned. The patio porch needs to be cleaned. And
Y'all
so,
taking notes?
so in my mind,
Yeah.
in my mind, simultaneously, while the guy is working on the inside, there's a little guy on the outside doing all that work. Takes him 1 or 2 days.
Yep.
Right. So that's boom. That's done. What Mario should be doing is going and getting things that people need, not doing the work. So Mario needs to buy a couple of plants that look cool to get that curb appeal. Go get those plants, bring the most back. Let that guy who's doing the work, get dirty, get sweaty, do all that little stuff. And the inside guy, hey, I got to get this from Home Depot. What you're doing is you're providing the material that keeps the workflow going.
Yeah.
Unless you have a contractor, because this doesn't matter to contractor.
Yeah.
Unless you have a contractor that does that, then he has his guys that are doing the work, and he's doing that. You hire a contractor when you got 3 of those going on. But right now, this one thing, Mario should be the contractor, not the worker.
Mm-hmm. It's a what you call I won't say it's a make ready. Well,
it's a make ready. Yeah, it's make
pretty
ready.
much because it's under. They usually say if it's like below $5,000, it's not like a real rehab.
Yeah,
it's
a make ready.
They call it a pretty house or But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things you have to have as far as a real estate team. So, what are some of the things that you need to have when you're gonna do a rehab? I mean, I made a list, so
give us your list.
I got a list. It's about 20 things right here.
Go ahead.
Lay it out.
All right. So, number one, I put a mentor, somebody you can go to ask questions because you don't want to be figuring this stuff out. Like, I think we talked about this about okay, you're putting on the sheetrock, but you haven't even done the electrical.
Yeah.
You haven't even done the plumbing, and then you got to rip the sheetrock back to get to the electrical. Yeah. You hadn't had any inspections done and all that stuff. CPA, somebody that is experienced in real estate, because you want somebody that can understand depreciation.
Yep.
Right, that's gonna be able to write off your stuff properly.
The CPAs for your taxes, right?
Yep, yeah. CPA taxes, so that you get the appropriate. So you basically, if you do it right,
that's like one of the last things you need to be worried about.
I made a list.
Okay.
Dude, I made a list. I'm checking it twice.
So, but real quick before you move,
go ahead.
In my experience, CPA and accounting is probably one of the first things.
There you go. So, got a little debate, man. I think they should fight it out, but they're going to have to do that later.
I say that because today I don't have water in here. There's a little bit of Coke and a little bit of rum because I'm dealing with my CPA, my accountant.
I already know, man.
So it's like,
I made some crucial mistakes not keeping up with that, bro.
How's your CPA?
I got a new one, man. The other one, she threw me around for a loop and it really put me in trouble.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, I got rid of her at ASAP, dude.
Yeah. So.
I got rid of her quick because she price gouged the heck out of me.
I know, man. I went and quote, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do all this stuff myself. But then you know what? Yeah. I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get the cheap program from. I wasn't doing it.
I remember I talked to you like in February, and I was like, "Are you still with her?" And you was like, "Yeah," because she charged me $1,800, dude.
Yeah. So
then, my new one charged me $5,000, and he was real estate. See, he was real estate savvy,
friendly.
And she told me I needed to get a job. Okay. I was like,
that was okay. So the next thing, I made a couple of notes right here. Is that you should probably have 3 of each one of these things that we're listing here. Mm-hmm. Probably 3 CPAs. One fails you, no problem. I'm moving over here.
Exactly.
A mentor.
3
people you can call if you have problems, right? Because if one fails you, or maybe there's a difference of opinion, you might need somebody to help confirm that. A real estate attorney.
Yep.
Real estate attorney, somebody that knows the contract. You got to get your contracts. Mm-hmm. You can't just get stuff off of online. I mean, you can. The problem is that
it's not precise.
It's not precise for the situation. Yeah. So you need a real estate attorney, a banker. So if you're dealing with a banker a lot, we're not talking about Wells Fargo, because Wells Fargo is most likely to probably, you want a local banker, somebody you have a relationship with, right?
Yep.
That kind of knows what you're doing. That's more likely to invest in your deals, right?
Yep.
Wells Fargo is not going to do that. They want conventional loans, right?
Yep.
And just butt in any here, any
title. That's like
insurance agent
companies
and broker, right? Title company. No, that's different. Insurance agent and broker.
You're gonna need a relationship with a title company.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
really bad.
Why do we need a title company?
That's where you close.
That's
at.
where you close your deals
Okay,
at.
I can think of a particular reason why, and I'm thinking a lot of times you're buying property from somebody and you got a bunch of liens against it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to find out if like, okay, why is this property so cheap?
You got to know that. You got to know that up
The
front.
title company's going to find all that out, but it's better to kind of find that on the front end before you start exchanging monies with these people and you start putting money down that, what's
Didn't you buy a house that had a lien on it?
When you talking about recently?
Yeah, you bought something. Was it one from the auction or something?
Nah, I actually looked out in the auction, but
yeah.
the one
One of them had an IRS lien or something.
It's
or
you know
talking about the
what?
mortgage.
somebody had a lien.
Okay, what with the last one? I got in the auction. Basically, they said all you had to do was just deed it over to the LLC, and then everything that was on it gets cleared up.
With the IRS?
With the,
what kind of lien on it? Mechanics lien?
They had like
Like a plumber, or electrical, or something, or no?
something with the mortgage.
Okay.
And
So-
I mean, we're not real estate attorneys. We wouldn't know.
Yeah,
We wouldn't
yeah.
know the ins and outs.
So
of that.
yeah, with the liens, that could actually be an advantage depending on like the person that put like if you have a mechanics lien, and it depends on what position the person put the lien on the property, right? So if they're they're the second position, third position, if they're like the fourth position, and the person is like in foreclosure, they don't have a high position, so you can say, well, you're saying there's $10,000. I'll give you $1,000 if you take the lien off the property. It doesn't mean that they don't still owe. The person that owns the house doesn't own the property. They're just taking it off the property, and you just be like, hey, you can either get $1,000 now or you can get nothing later because you're like in third position on the lien or whatever. But yeah, you can use those liens to actually make even more money.
Yep.
If there's a bunch of liens on the house, you just come and just buy people up. Like, hey, would you take $500 just to take it off the property?
Yep.
Meanwhile, the buyer still thinks those liens are still there in place, right?
Yep. The negotiating power.
Negotiating power. That's what I meant to say.
Yep. So when you put your house for sale?
Probably Thursday. I'm gonna have an open house this Saturday, and I should be finished Wednesday.
So are you getting a real estate agent?
When'd you start?
I'm gonna get I started Saturday morning.
All right.
Using a real
You
estate
see how
agent?
quick that is?
Yeah.
You see how quick that make ready is?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you really
1
didn't.
week should be.
Exactly.
Five
If it was
days.
me, it'd be on the market already. I already want to start taking people
Because-
coming and looking at it.
But
Why,
I don't.
why, Josh?
Yeah, why?
Because
why,
I
Josh?
want my contract.
Every day is money. Yeah, you
Every day is
losing
money,
money,
baby.
right? Because you had to pay for that note every day.
I need my 60 G's in my pocket.
Exactly. If
yesterday.
not, that's
That's
another
true.
payment you got to make, right? Oh, that's $1,500. Oh, it's on the market still. That's another $1,500 or $800. How much is it? $800.
I want
Eight,
3 backup
26.
contracts to the contract that I'm gonna get already.
Uh-huh.
I want somebody to come in there and say, "Hey, here's my earnest money. Here's my block money. Here's my pre-approval. I want that wall to be blue, not white."
Uh-huh.
Cool. Let's do it.
What? So, are you using an agent or are you selling yourself?
I'm using a flat fee.
Yeah. Real
realtor
estate
agent.
geeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go on,
Let me-
plug it. Yeah.
plug them in.
Real
Okay.
estate geeks.
Real estate geeks. My boy Dalvin.
Your boy
Yeah,
Down.
we got to plug our friends.
If you watching,
No, so
Yeah, plug them
real
in.
estate geeks. I think it's TexasRealEstateGeeks.com.
yeah.
They do a flat fee listing.
Oh,
And so,
really?
like
Yeah.
for somebody who's an investor, now sometimes paid realtors are the way to go. Sometimes flat fee listings are the way to go, and I have my reasons for it. But when it comes to this right here, you're listing a property for sale, so he's gonna have to pay the seller, the buyer's agent, 3% commission when they come buy it.
Yeah. That's the
Unless
disadvantage.
Unless you get somebody to
But-
come. And you represent both
Why-
sides, you win.
Exactly. So why would you want a real estate agent even though you're going to be losing on the deal?
Because you put on the MLS and
Yeah.
more people get to see it. So the question is,
You don't want to deal with all the hassle,
yeah.
right?
Well, it's not only that.
Yeah.
It's exposure. So I have a house for sale. It's over here in Fresno, right?
Yeah.
Do I want thousands of people to see it, or do I want the 100 people that drive by it every day to see it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
hey,
I
some
want-
some people they just put it on Zillow though. Some
Yeah,
investors,
because
they just
Zillow's
put it on
getting
Zillow.
big, man. I'm like,
Yeah, it is. It
it's
really
getting
is.
big, man. They're going to put a lot of real estates on their heels. So,
Some people do put it on Zillow. I put it on Zillow. I put it on flat fee, and whoever else I put a sign in the front. Well, it'll be a sign when you list it. But I say put them on all of it, all the free stuff and all the paid stuff, because a flat fee listing is cheap.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you because that's less of a headache. The sooner you get rid of it, because if you want to take that chance, put it on Zillow, and then you're not getting any calls, that's like, okay, that's 1 month.
Right.
That's $1,500.
2 months.
2 months, $1,500.
Right.
Every
It's gonna
month.
it's gonna take 30 days to close.
Exactly.
So even if you find a buyer in 30 days, you gotta wait another 30 days
Yeah.
to close. So 2 months went
Yeah.
by. You done paid $2,000 in payment.
Exactly. I just say know your options. It depends on like if you're some people are good marketers and they already know what to do, and then some people just don't. Like me, I might not want to deal with that.
What do y'all think? Like in the future, do you think it's gonna be where we don't need realtors, or you think we're always gonna need realtors?
Man, that's a whole topic in itself, bro.
I think realtors always be around.
Always
Yeah.
gonna be around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, if I live in North Dakota, I'm trying to move to Houston. I can't go search for houses.
But
you got to hire a realtor.
That's
I
a good
think
point. That's a good question.
Gary Vee said
Yeah.
that. I think he said in the future, like realtor, like
It's going to go to VR, virtual reality, where you can walk in
Yeah.
and look at the house yourself
Yeah.
through your goggles.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
any realtor, and this is what do we call it? This is game soundbite.
Yeah.
Realtors need to look into VR. So I saw the coolest thing over the weekend. There's this house for sale through a wholesaler. I'm not gonna touch this phone because that's a recording video. But there's this house for sale that's a wholesaler, right? And it's a $700,000 house, $699, and it's all sheetrocked in. So whoever foreclosed on it started the construction project but couldn't finish it, and it's valued. The ARV is $1.7 million. So it's a $700,000 house right now, $699. It sits on 8 acres, and whoever the person is that the wholesaler is that's selling the house had a virtual reality of the entire property, where like Google Maps does, where you can click and walk, and so I don't need to even go look at it, and I can look at all the stuff. Say, okay, cool, okay, boom. I probably would want to go see it in person if I'm spending $600,000 anyway. But it gives you an idea if it's even worth your time to go look at it.
Exactly.
So because it's up north, I'm not gonna drive an hour away to look at something like this, waste my time.
What side of town?
That's in Montgomery.
No.
That's a house I would probably want to. I'd love to. I don't want to own a house that big because it's huge. It's like 8,000 square feet.
Keep up.
9,000 square feet.
Taxes
but think about it. If let's say I go buy it for 600 something grand, right? It was $615, I think. Put in $300,000 to fix it. $350 was the price to get it back, to get it done.
Get $800,000 back.
You get $700,000 in equity.
Yeah.
I'd list that bad boy for sale now.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you fall in love, you one of these people gonna fall in love with the house.
No, not me.
Not me either.
I sell it. That'll pay for my house.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get an apartment complex with my $1.8 million.
How much you think you would rent it out for if you?
You don't rent that.
You can't rent it. That's the thing about like
like a party house, like for the weekend.
man,
it's
it's
not gonna
like,
pay the note.
dude, you gotta think about like the type of houses that are most attractive for rental property, and that's like that mid-range,
like
the
downtown?
thing that. Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm talking about things that are like that fall in medium income.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you start going expensive, you're dealing with these rich fat cats. The two people that's hard to deal with is the lower income and the higher income. Both are going to give you problems, right?
Yep.
Then the middle income, middle class, cool.
What's the market for somebody trying to buy a 10,000 square foot house?
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
big. And then if they're buying a 10,000 square foot house, they're usually pretty savvy with
Oh,
money.
man. They're gonna be like,
and they're not gonna rent it.
like my door is squeaky. Can you come? You're gonna be calling you at all times for every little problem. Okay, let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
The whole you made a good point about the you think real estate agents are going away, and you talked about the virtual reality.
Reality.
But I was looking at, I've been saying this, the whole for sale by owner thing. And man, they got a lot of websites for sale by owner, so people can sell their houses without
Commission.
and you get a one-time fee that you pay the website and all that other stuff. So, is that actually an option that you could sell your house for sale by owner and then charge an interest rate and then get a large down payment?
I could, but it's like,
more of a hassle.
Yeah, it's gonna take too long.
It's gonna take too long.
Like
Okay,
I'll just put like on Zillow. And
okay,
then,
that's a good reason. He want to close fast, get the money in his pocket, and move on to
Exactly,
different projects.
It's
all
all
right.
about time. It's
Yeah,
all about
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
fast.
I was
and
gonna
hurry.
say, I was like, you can make more money off of for sale by owner because
of course.
Yeah, because
owner finance.
owner finance because you get a large down payment up front.
Would you
Then
do
you
that?
can.
would I do that with this house right now? Right now,
What if somebody brought you
10 G's.
40 grand? No,
Oh,
40.
40
Yeah.
for
or
$140,000.
or like if they could
Yeah.
put like 80,000 down and then
Nobody
Dude, ain't nobody gonna put 80,000 down unless your house
Hey,
is 220,000.
Hey, you know what was crazy?
Yeah, yeah.
When I was
20%,
selling my
Yeah.
Kingwood property, I told a lady, this older lady, I was like, hey, look, if you put 60,000 down, like I saved her number in my phone for this other property that like last year, this other
Yeah.
property I had, it's off of Herschelwood, and she wanted to owner finance it, so. I had like I have a lot of numbers saved in my phone, like owner finance. So I called up every person that wanted to owner finance. I didn't know what house it was, but I called every one of them. And then she was like, so she thought it was that property. And I was like, hey, can you put 60,000 down? 60,000 down? And she said yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she texted me back. She was like, oh no, I'm talking about the house by Herschelwood. She would have put.
She would have. Yeah,
She would have for that property. So
that
basically,
is-
what I'm saying,
yeah.
like you never know what
That's-
people
But
buy.
this is what, yeah. So I've been deep into this one of these gurus. I was going to say his name. I'll say his name. You
What's
know
his name?
Ron LeGrand, right? And he talks about got the same name as me, so he must be good,
Rob
right?
B.
Now I'm not endorsing him, but he was talking about you don't say I want 10 grand. Like what's the most you can put down?
Yep.
You
But
don't
you
never
know- you
say
know what, I-
you don't come with a number. You say, hey, what's the most you can put down?
That is a good way of putting it. But when I hear that, I think of them as a hustler, and I think they trying to screw me over my money.
But you're not the one that's buying the house,
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
You're talking about to the people that are trying to buy owner finance from you.
They might say 5 G's, and well, and usually, so what he was saying, he says ask for 10% down, right? So $140,000, you're looking at 14 grand.
yeah.
And so, what if the person says? He said, what if the person says I only got 7? Well, I'll take 7. How do you want to do the other 7? Like, how are we
Yeah.
going to finance the other 7? And
Yeah.
then you come up with like that, but. Yeah, there's.
You know,
there's
I got 10,000 all day, like the last two
Yeah.
houses that I finished.
Yeah.
But I felt like that wasn't enough money. I
Down?
Felt like, down. I felt like I wanted like 20. Like 20,
I mean,
20 would at least pay for the rehab, and I'll get my rehab money back, and then we go on to finance the rest.
Okay.
But
You
so-
got your own motivation,
Yes.
but yeah.
No,
if
it's
go
different,
ahead.
different strategy.
Yeah,
because-
that's because you put money into the rehab.
different
so
strategy.
yeah,
Like if don't take this the wrong way, Mario. But like if you have, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
When you got long money, that's a deal. You
Yeah.
take that 10 G's and own
10,000?
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
got long money, that's a deal.
yeah,
When
Yeah.
when you're trying to move to the next job, and the next deal, you want all the cash you need.
yeah. I mean that
It's
40,000.
true, right?
Not
You need-
everybody.
you
A lot of yeah.
You need all the
Man,
cash you need.
I've been offered 50,000.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
for-
It's going to take longer to get the 40, but you can probably get it, like you said, because there's a non-qualifying loans. There's a lot of people that can't qualify for loans because they're self-employed. So you know how a lot of people will claim like, oh, they didn't make a profit at the end of the year, so they can't get a regular house. So they'll pay extra through owner finance. They'll pay higher interest rates and they'll pay a premium, maybe $10,000 to $15,000 more for the house, right?
Which is dumb.
Huh?
By the way, which is dumb.
What?
By the way, for anybody to claim that they don't make any money if they're self-employed.
It is, but a lot of
I mean-
people do it because they hate paying taxes.
But so
Yeah.
So, word to those people out there that do that.
yeah,
It's a dumb play.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you screw yourself. Excuse the term.
it all depends.
On
but go ahead.
on interest.
Yeah.
Long term, for a. Okay, so let's just take what.
It depends if you need credit.
Man, what? Okay.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I believe you can
I'ma
get
take-
houses without
I'm-
credit
yeah, I'm-
and
I'm-
money. Go ahead, but
And-
go ahead.
And let me tell you. Okay,
Go ahead.
so you're absolutely correct. If I'm cash flowing a bunch of money,
Yeah.
I'm talking cash
Uh-huh.
and a bunch.
Yeah.
Shout out to the IRS because they like to take your cash.
Yeah.
So you're cash flowing a lot, and if you do that, then great. Any bank will finance you with 10 to 20% down. You could claim zero. I mean $0.
Oh yeah.
If you put
Yeah.
enough money down,
Uh-huh.
anybody will
Because
finance
it's a
you.
good deal. Because
Right.
they hope you default.
hope you-
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just a barber or something and you're rolling in,
Yeah.
I don't want to discount
I was about
barbers.
to say, it's like,
Not just but if you're like, let's say a barber,
Yeah.
and you're under the $70,000 mark, the median income in the United States is $55,000. Okay, so if you're 55, 45, 55, 65, 70, even 75, and you don't want to pay taxes on 75 grand, so you tell the IRS, well, I only made 25, 35,000, right? You can go get a car any day, but when it comes to big purchases like homes,
You're right.
property, you're gonna substitute. All you need is 1 year tax return to say, oh, I made 75 grand, to show the bank that you can afford that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 year, and right now, since we got who in the office,
Yeah.
business taxes are lower than personal taxes, so we pay 20% now, rather than 33% last year or before he was in office.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So you pay 20% of your $75,000, right, that you want to claim because you want to buy a house. So the smart play is this year in 2017 or 2018, I want to buy a house in 2019.
Yeah.
This year in 2018, I'm going to claim my $75,000. I'm going to pay my little tax bill, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go qualify and get a house at 3.2% financing. Or I claim I made 20 grand. I put down a whole bunch of money, and I get an 8% rate.
It's you know what? It's almost the same to me because
8%
you get
over 20
because
years?
look, I remember I paid $40,000 in taxes one year.
I paid $50 last year.
Yeah, so
Look, 8%.
Damn, y'all rich.
Yeah.
8 or
Y'all
9%
rich.
rate
huh?
for the next 20 to 30 years. What's a better
Yeah.
play?
It depends on how fast. See, if you got game, you're gonna either pay it off quick,
Man.
or
But okay.
you're probably right. You're
Put-
probably right. You're
Put
probably
yourself
right.
in
Yeah,
that dude's
yeah,
shoes.
yeah, yeah.
Put yourself in
No, I think you're right, man. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna try to
Think about it. 'Cause
think. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. You know.
What would you do? Because you smart
What
with
would
money. You make 65 grand a year.
Yeah.
You're trying to buy a house. Put
yeah.
your family in, right? You got
Yeah, I mean,
two
if
little kids.
it's $65,000 a year, then you're right. I would.
You take that
I
tax
would.
penalty.
Yeah, I take the tax penalty
Because-
because it's such a small
Yeah,
price
and
to pay.
And you don't have to pay all
Exactly.
this year. You pay
Yeah,
it next
exactly.
year. You pay it the year after.
Yeah.
Hey,
But the problem,
yeah.
the solution is you get your family in a house,
Yeah.
and you start making moves.
But the more knowledge you have, the more you can kind of take advantage of situations to get around a lot of this stuff. Like if you know a lot about real estate and housing, I know people they get into houses zero finance. Like, hey, they know somebody that's trying to get rid of a house. And they're like, okay, let's set up an owner finance deal. The person that's selling it
Yep.
doesn't know anything about owner finances, so you set up the deal for him. Like, okay, let's do a 0%, and
like a wraparound.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
take over the
Oh,
note.
and you take over the note, and so that's more if you are more sophisticated. That's what I was telling my friend. I was like, hey, the more knowledge you have, the less money comes out of your pocket, and that's with everything in life. The less knowledge you have.
For those who don't
Yeah.
know what a wraparound loan is, you gonna enlighten them, Josh?
No, go ahead, tell them. I'm texting
It's
my
the
secretary.
wrap. Go ahead.
Now go ahead, Ron.
I mean, okay, so basically you have a original mortgage that it's like they call it you're the originator, the first mortgage, and then you're putting another mortgage around it. You're wrapping it around another mortgage, and that's a wrap amount.
Banks don't like that.
Yeah, you can get something called some due on sale clause, meaning if they find out you did that, and somehow they find out, they can call the loan due, like give you 30 days to pay.
Yeah.
But most likely they don't do that because they just want their money. They don't want They don't want houses to be in their inventory. So
They're typically going to do that on a house that, like, if it ever were to happen,
maybe if it had bad equity or something.
it had to been a house
Yeah.
that somebody owes 20, 30 grand is worth 300 or 400.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Be like, oh, this is an easy play, but they don't want to keep a lot of houses in equity. As long as somebody's paying that loan,
That's all they care about.
that's all they really care. But in some weird circumstances, they will call that loan. So
Well, hey, why did you not change the subject? Why did you fire your CPA, Josh?
Because, okay, so as a growing company, my needs changed, and she never changed with me. So,
okay.
I go from
What exactly did she do wrong?
I go from starting up. So my company's grown extremely rapidly in the past 2 to 3 years, and so I go from needing like occasional accountant help to I need a full-time person in the office, and
So somebody you could call every day. is what
no,
you're saying.
somebody in my
somebody
office.
does bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping,
Yeah.
full time or even
Yeah.
like so. Right now, the way I have it set up is I have a bookkeeper that comes in that's part time. She works 25 hours a week. comes in. So now
That was that lady
there-
that I met when I was at your house. That was your secretary.
that was my secretary.
Oh,
So the the person that I pay for that should advise me. This is time for you to transition over from here to here. And if you don't give me that advice or advise me that right now, mind you, this is a firm. So this is a CPA, this is an accountant, a bookkeeper, or you want to call it two, the same, and tax attorney. And I've been their customer and I pay them monthly. So when I feel like I've paid thousands of dollars for the same thing to happen, that one thing has never happened, it's time for you to go. And so there's a person that now who I trust, who knows both sides of this, who can say, okay, look, I'm able to do this, then you need to go grab a tax attorney to do this. You need to go grab your CPA to get this done. So, like, the financial world and getting your books all together is a whole nother ballgame rather than business. So, learning this stuff is, I have the company, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. But having the books and all the other stuff, that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah.
People look past it. But for me to go buy $1 million property down the street, my books have to be in order because the bank has to say, okay, look, he's rolling in money.
Exactly.
Let's give him the money. I can't go to the bank and say, oh, look at my deposits. I'm making money. No, they want to see books. They want to see, clear tax records that show everything you got before they give you a loan.
Did you buy a franchise or did you just you started your stuff you started from the ground up?
Yeah.
Man, that's some real stuff right there. That's
You got it from the mud.
seriously? Okay,
Yeah.
another question. We'll kind of sidetrack him.
It's all
My
right.
apologies. We're in Houston. There's a lot of mosquitoes. What do you do during the winter? Is it like slow down rapidly or what?
So me personally, that's when I.
And
That's when
FY, you have a mosquito.
Yes, it's a pest control company that specializes in mosquito systems.
Okay, so you do other than mosquitoes.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's my time off, the wintertime.
Okay.
After Thanksgiving, so my markers are Thanksgiving to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
After the Super Bowl, it's time to go back to work. And you make enough money during those other months to keep you going. You make enough money, and I tell all my employees, hey, the wintertime gets slow. You may want to save some money, but I'm able to keep them.
Yeah.
I keep them employed. I keep them paid. And at a certain, after wintertime, then we get back to work. So it's feast or famine in this business. You make all the money in the world during the season, and then when the wintertime comes, that's when you'll catch me over here. You'll catch me over here. You'll see me in my little planes over here.
Man, I got more questions about that. We got a guest coming
Yeah.
in, but I definitely got more questions about that. So
yeah.